Hello, everyone. I know it's been a while. My name is Giant Gaming Kate. Kate Fun Gaming. I'm going to change that name somewhat. Not right now. Today, well, yesterday, as this recording, was 414 Bendy Day. So, there have been changes to Secrets of the Machine. I'm going to go play through them, and I'm going to kind of quickly update you guys on what's been happening with Bendy. So, I'm going to start with that first before we get up with Secrets of the Machine. So, the cage is not there anymore, and it's been replaced by. So, like, it used to have escape your cage, and now it has some dreams shattered. So, here's what that means. Bendy the cage has been pushed back and on ice. It's been pretty much put on the back burner for the third Melee Bendy installment, and that's because a lot of the ideas and mechanics that were going to be into the cage are moved to Bendy, the third Bendy installment, which we don't have a name for Bendy 3. And immediately announced that, and so it's still going to show up. It's not a priority anymore. Uh, the focus more on that third Bendy game. Of course, when that comes out, I'll play it. The same thing with the cage and Bendy Wolf when that comes out. But what I think is gonna be like, I'm trying to think of this. So what they immediately said was that these ideas, when they wanted to do it with the cage, were too good for a spin-off. So they moved it to Bendy 3, and so the story of the cage will still be told, but that will come at another time. I wanted to clear that part up because I've seen some misinformation, confusion going around on it. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to talk about it in the first few minutes of the video. Alright, I just booted up Secrets of the Machine right before this recording. It scared me. So, we're gonna boot up Secrets of the Machine, and there you go. You're gonna see this just as much as I do. We're looking for the changes. We're not really here to play this. Leave me alone. Five something in the morning. I'm going to just pull up the changes. I do not trust myself playing through that at almost 6 in the morning. I do want to bring up something too while I was at it. So let me go to the Storm Steam page. We're going to go Bendy. So Bendy Secrets of the Machine, the one we were just playing, that's their Bendy Studio Collection I have all the games, but as you can tell, if I search Bendy Cage has been delisted off of Steam. And that's where a lot of people start speculating that it was canceled. Maybe kind of confirmed. Yeah, for the time being. It's on ice right now. So you got Bendy, Machine, Dark Revival, and then if I go and say Boris, Dark Survival, Boris Dark Survival right here. I'm going to pause that. We had a couple of other announcements from the Bendy team. Let me pull up a lot of those right there. The only reason I'm not playing Series Machine right now is it's almost 6 in the morning. And it doesn't feel good to me to be doing that. I'll do 2 in the morning, but not. Okay, that would be a good point. Right now, I was going to look at the Bendy account. Yeah, let's go to Bendy. Got it. Looks like the Bendy account. There you go. For Bendy account, of course, this has the official director announcement. Which I don't think I ever looked at this, so let's look at that. Andre Overall, I think. Yeah, this is the first person I was thinking of. Bendy reposted it, so yeah, it's true. You also take this image and you brighten up. There's a giant 3 right there. So it is true. The cage has been put on ice. The reason? Honestly, we love what was being made so much from working on it that we realized that a lot of the ideas and mechanics were far too exciting for just a spin-off game. This was Bendy's dream material. The cage was an excellent springboard project for cool stuff. So a lot, if not most, of the cage has been rolled into the Bendy 3 and not lost. You will get to experience its best creepy goodies. That said, the story obviously will be saved for another time. I know that there will be disappointment with this on some level. I am very sorry. It was not an easy decision to make, but we will focus our efforts on making Bendy 3 delight, scare, and excite Bendy fans like never before. Thanks for understanding. As Sammy said, love requires sacrifice. You'll understand when you play Bendy 3 in the future. For now, sometimes all you have to look forward to is death and taxis. Bendy will return. Of course, this was happening. It showed up a bunch of Steam codes as well. I don't think those are any access as well. These Bendy cartoons are going to come out, and people were getting on Bendy for one actually having eyebrows this time around and having Boris having green overalls. To be fair, his bow tie and their rival was red, so I don't blame him. This is what I was talking about. New Bendy merch. I can show the Steam keys. They're like going available. So his partner with the Hex brand, the Dawko's merch company, essentially in his comic strip. So there's gonna have a new merch. Actually, past that. The Revival Steam keys. New physicals for PS5 and Nintendo Switch. And last late summer, and you have some gym. The reason this is the thing is, you know the quality of life updates that we looked at? Yeah, these are quality of life updates, better optimization alike. So what you get on PC is now what you're getting here. Also, I just played the mobile version of Bendy Machine the other day. Quality of life spoiled me. If you know what I'm talking about, Chapter 5, you know what I'm talking about. This right here and the digitals. So we've got a complete different distributor there. And that right there. Now, the I'm going to look up the cage. I should probably go with Bendy. Yeah. Trying to think. That's it. So this is what I was trying to find, and I'll do better research to try to figure out where this is, or if I actually have to go further in the story. But that Bendy kind of scared me, and at 6 in the morning, I don't need that. So this used to say, escape your cage. And obviously, since that's been on ice and kind of delayed, so putting all the focus on the third Bendy game. This says sometimes dreams shatter. Ain't that much of a difference there. I would just looked up the cage. So let's see if I can find anything else on it. Yeah, people were thinking it was completely canceled for a bit there. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, yeah. Escape your cage. There's something else too. This might be reflecting an action take down the Steam page of the cage, win cancellation of the game. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had left there. Yeah. I think that's pretty much what I have for this video in terms of some stuff that I'm going to be doing at 6 in the morning. Um, if I find anything different on any of the Bendy stuff, you will know. But I think that's going to end it for that. And if I have any more Bendy news, I will let you know. But thanks for a great 414, and I hope it gets even better next year. Oh, I am going to put my personal thoughts about the cage on here. See, I was really excited for the cage. I really was. I was really hyped to play it on the channel and all. The way they announced that it was on ice and they switched their development to Bendy 3, it was probably the worst way to do it. Because like they for after a while just stopped talking about the cage on any social media. Like Wheatley and Bendy just quit talking about the cage. We never saw any screenshots of it, not any updates on it. The last thing we saw was like a couple updates on the Steam page, which I forgot to talk about. Um, so it went from having a release date in 2025 to said 20, first it was 2024. That comes and goes. That's not there. 2025 to be determined. Well, that's not that no longer is a thing. And of course, we get this announcement. I guess we all could have figured that out, but like, if you were just following me tweets, he started talking. Working on the cage. Of course, going super well in cage. Here's what we're doing on it. Magically, they dropped what's the cage. Everybody thinks it's done. Doing reporting and whatnot. It starts talking about the third Bendy game, which was announced last year too. That was in pre-production, and they're like working on it and all. And it's like, oh, we're working on this. We're working on a third Bendy game. We're working on a third Bendy game. What happened to the cage? what happened to the case? The thing we were super excited about. Oh, we were working on Bendy 3. Okay. Because we all figured out we were working on it all the time. You wait till the day's supposed to be celebrating Bendy to announce that the cage, something that people were going to really focused on, was put on ice, and that you were shifting your focus from that to the third Bendy game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a normal decision, and it's a reasonable decision. Don't get me wrong, but the way you did that, people were still hoping for the cage. It was even talked about being canceled. I was like, no, no, it's not getting canceled. Then you drop that. As much as I love that franchise, as much as I love Bendy, come on. There was another way you could have set that up. It's like, hey, you could have said something like, you know, be prepared for some disappointing cage news, or be aware of cage news on 414. Alright, there's news about the cage. And then drop that. It's like, hey, all the ideas and mechanics we wanted to work on, these are too good for a spinoff. We're going to move these to 3. The story's going to be pushed back. We'll talk about that. Show that story another time. But our focus is going to be on the third Bendy game. Okay. It would have went over a lot better, I think. And it wouldn't be leaving people in that crazy state where you're just like, okay. By the way, Boris or the Bendy Lone Wolf, you're just waiting on ports. So the game's finished. Just waiting on ports, and then it'll be released this year, sometime. Probably around the holiday season or something like that. We got that at the beginning of the year, but no gripes with Bendy aside and how that was done. They really don't have good communication issue, do they? Because it was the same way of Dark Revival. I actually thought we were getting teachers again. And they just do that. Don't get me wrong, like, I appreciate that you did that. Wow. Why the... Anyway, well, guys, Bendy aside, hope you guys enjoyed this video in 414. And more videos should be coming out soon. And on Thursday, I'm gonna do another birthday video. I don't know what's gonna be yet. I had a plan at some point and never wrote it down. My situation I can really go look at it right now. But there will be something there. It's a tradition to always have something on that on 417. So I will put something on 417. I just don't know what. I'll probably do a Minecraft video, talking or playing some Minecraft, or even doing a stream or something. I think it would be nice. But I think that's what I'm gonna end it for right now. And more Coal Island and Stardew will come more soon. Sorry for not recording or uploading that as much the last month. I just haven't been in the headspace that I don't think should be bleeding into that. So that's not an issue anymore. That and on top of that, I'm like, well, I should be playing this, or I should be recording this, and well, yeah, like I brought up earlier, it almost took me to 6 in the morning to record this Bendy Secrets in the Machine video. I could have done that earlier. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just procrastinate, and it catches up and bites me. So that's the main part of it. I think this is gonna be it. I've said this over and over, but thank you for watching the video. And if you made it this far, say ink in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video.